AITA for not letting my MIL and husband's niece join me on my Sunday walk. I, 33M, and my husband, 26M, are married and live together. My MIL and my husband's niece, Andrea, 16F, are visiting us from another country and staying for about 10 weeks. We're currently 4 weeks in. Both my MIL and Andrea come from a very small town and aren't comfortable going out without us, which makes them very dependent on us. My husband and I work full-time during the week, leaving the house early and returning around 5 to 6 p.m. Every evening, we pick them up, take them somewhere, return home, have dinner together, and even bring Andrea along when we meet with friends. At the end of the day, we watch an episode of a TV show with Andrea in our bedroom before she heads to her room, which is usually after I've fallen asleep. This means I'm spending nearly 100% of my free time with them. I know having guests for this long can be overwhelming, and the lack of personal space is taking a toll on me. However, I've been willing to make this sacrifice for my husband. I have a good relationship with my MIL. Though we've had misunderstandings in the past, we've worked through them. With Andrea, my relationship is even better. However, MIL and Andrea, grandmother and granddaughter, often fight with each other, causing drama at least every couple of days. Here's where the issue comes in. I have Sundays off, and my husband has Tuesdays off. On Sundays, I take my husband to work early, around 7 a.m., then take my 2 dogs to meet my dad and his 3 dogs at a big dog park and lake near my parents' house. We walk, let the dogs run and swim for about 2 to 3 hours, then head back to my parents' house. I spend the rest of the day there with my mom, dad, and sisters. Sometimes I even nap in their spare room. Sundays are my day to decompress, enjoy time with my family, and have some personal space away from hosting. Since MIL and Andrea arrived, they've mentioned wanting to join me on my Sunday walks, but they never woke up early enough until yesterday. They came along for the walk and later to my parents' house. Later, when we picked up my husband from work, they told him they had a great time and planned to join me every Sunday from now on. Here's the thing. It's not that I dislike their company, but Sundays are the only time I get to myself. I already dedicate all my spare time during the week to them, and it's exhausting to constantly be in host mode. I also feel uncomfortable imposing on my family by bringing guests every Sunday. I've asked friends for advice, and most agree it's fair to ask for Sundays to myself, since I'm already doing a lot for them. However, a few think I'm being selfish and that it's just a small sacrifice I could make to let them come along. I talked to my husband about it, and he said it's okay if I'd prefer to go alone, though I could tell he was a bit sad for his mom and niece. Now, I feel guilty for wanting this boundary. AITA for not wanting them to join me on Sundays. Is it selfish to want this time to myself? Or is it reasonable to ask for space? P.S. We do walk our dogs with them during the week, but it's not the same since we can't let the dogs off leash near our house, nor can they swim. P.P.S. I know I posted something a few days ago about my MIL, but writing everything out really helps me process things, and I might turn it into a series, lol.